Hi everyone, I'm Leanne and today we're going to be choosing what I read in May. I almost forgot what month we were in then. The year is going so unbelievably quickly. If you haven't seen one of my TBR Jar videos before, it's fairly similar to other TBR Jar videos apart from the fact that I've got a TBR sugar bowl instead. And for every month of the year, I am picking out 5 prompts from this jar to try and guide my reading in the following month. We use the word guide because I haven't always read all of the books that I've picked out, but I have a lot of fun doing it. I am pleased to say, however, for the first time this year, I did read all 5 of the books that I picked out for my April reading. So I feel like that means we're on track for a winner in May, and I'm gonna replicate the same thing. Okay, first let me give it a stir. First prompt is a book that is under 200 pages. Thank goodness. We are grateful for short books. Prompt number 2, a new to me author. That's fun. So an author that I've not read any books from before. Prompt number 3, a book that I bought in 2023. That's very specific, and I may need to consult my spreadsheet in order to find one of those. It's not that it was published in 2023 that I could check like on the imprint page. It's that I bought it in 2023. So not necessarily a publication from 2023. Number 4. Ooh, the shortest title. That's gonna take a bit of figuring out which book on my shelf has the shortest title. And then the final prompt. Okay, so this is one that my boyfriend has put in, and I think this is really clever. It's learn something new. So immediately I'm like, it's gotta be a non-fiction book, right? Normally, when I pick out the 5 prompts, I instantly have an idea of what sort of order I want to pick them in, because sometimes what I would pick for one prompt might influence what I pick for another one, in the sense that like if I found myself picking out a romance book for one prompt, I probably wouldn't pick out another romance book for a following prompt. But also a lot of these prompts are really specific. So like shortest title, there's like definitively a book or maybe multiple books on my shelf that has the like fewest amount of letters in the title. Under 200 pages could be a few different books, but immediately I'm like, let's just make it really easy for myself and like pick out some poetry. New to me author should be pretty straightforward, but there is obviously a specific subset of my TBR that's relevant for. Bought in 2023 is also quite specific, and then learn something new I think could probably be most books on my nonfiction shelf, so I feel like that's the one that I'm gonna leave till last. I do feel like potentially the one I should just get to first is the one that is the shortest title, but I will have to check all of my different bookshelves. I won't just have to check these, I'll have to check my classics shelf, I'll have to check the nonfiction, I'll have to check my like special editions. Okay, I'm actually gonna start with the new to me author because it is just straightforward. Let's just do that one. So there were genuinely just loads of books that I could have chosen for this prompt. I started to get overwhelmed by options, so I decided to just like bite the bullet and pick one, and I've gone for Set on You by Amy Lee. So this is a romance book that is based around like the fitness world. I do have another unread Amy Lee book on my shelves, so I felt like this was a good one to pick in terms of figuring out whether this new to me author was someone that I want to read more from if I enjoy this one. We're not going to piss around in terms of picking a book that's under 200 pages. We are just going to go straight to the poetry and pick something. A Working Girl Can't Win by Deborah Garrison. This is a poetry collection. It is not only under 200 pages, it is under 100 pages. Okay, a book that was bought in 2023. We're gonna have to consult the spreadsheet. Spreadsheet is loading. Okay, so at time of recording, I have 50 unread books that I got in 2023. We have lots of romance, was clearly getting into my romance phase in 2023, but I have already picked out a romance book, so I don't really want to go for that. I'm gonna go for Careering by Daisy Buchanan. So it's not a romance, it's more like a contemporary. And it's meant to be quite a zeitgeisty book about kind of, as the title suggests, you know, your career, especially as like a young woman, themes around like imposter syndrome and that kind of thing. And I think this is one of those books that I don't normally feel myself gravitating to all of the time. So having an excuse to read it is a great thing. When I was looking through my shelves before, I think I've spotted what will be the shortest title on my shelves. I mean, I'm tempted to try and scan all of the shelves to confirm this, but I think this is gonna be the shortest title on my shelf. It is Kink. And this is a collection of short stories that are, well, what it says on the tin. It's got themes of love and sex and longing and like sexual kinks specifically. There are lots of different writers included in this, and it definitely skews a bit more kind of literary than my tastes typically are. And short stories are another thing where I feel like I just need a little bit of motivation when it comes to picking them up. Unintentionally, we've ended up with this red palette going on. And also, without me realizing, Set on You and Kink were also books that I acquired in 2023. So I'm very quickly going to run into my nonfiction shelves and pick out something for the learn something new prompt. And will I end up picking out something that has a red spine just so the colour palette continues to work cohesively? Potentially I will. Okay, so I found something that fits the colour palette. I picked out Pain and Prejudice by Gabrielle Jackson. So when I initially picked this prompt out, I was thinking maybe I shouldn't select something that is around themes of like gender or sexism, because I do know a fair amount about those topics already. But I did want to pick something out that fit the red colour palette that we've ended up with unintentionally. And also, I don't know loads about this subject matter. Hold on, I'm getting tired standing up. I'm gonna sit down. So yeah, I don't know loads about this subject matter, and I think it's a subject matter that as a woman it's really important to be informed about. So this is about how women who are facing pain are treated by society, how that pain isn't often taken as seriously as it should be. And yeah, whilst I do know a lot about kind of themes of misogyny and sexism and womanhood, this isn't something that I specifically have a lot of knowledge about. So I do think I will definitely learn something new from this, and it will be really valuable lessons as well. And there we have it, the TBR for May. We've got some non-fiction, we've got some romance, we've got some contemporary fiction, we've got some short stories, and we've got some poetry. So a nice little mix that we've got going on. Let me know down in the comments if you've read any of these books and what you thought of them. Do you think I'm going to enjoy them? And if you want to let me know you're here but you don't have anything in particular to say, I think the only thing that can be done is to leave me your favorite red emoji. That's it for me today. I hope you're well, and I'll speak to you in my next video.